How to place a sheath on a high-res anal rectal catheter. This is our high-res anal rectal adult catheter. You can see right here are the grooves where we're going to tie on our balloon. You can fill the groove with your finger. It's a little indent.
Okay.
Alright. We grab our floss out of our package and we grab our high-res ManoShield AR catheter sheath. Inside of our package, we have an antiseptic wipe, a talc powder, and we have our sheath with the balloon attached. So the first step would be to wipe down your catheter with the antiseptic wipe. You just want to gently wipe it. You don't want to squeeze any of the sensors. Perfect. So we're going to just let it dry. Sometimes I use my ManoShield instruction card. The next step is going to be to apply talc so that the catheter, the sheath goes onto the catheter without any problem. I like to lay mine just right on top of your chuck like you have it here. And then I shake my talc powder down, otherwise it's going to go everywhere. And I'll open it over a garbage can. I'm going to just kind of shake off all that extra powder. I don't need all that. Makes a mess. And we're just going to gently wipe the entire catheter with the talc. This just helps facilitate the sheath moving on. You just want to make sure you don't get any clumps of powder in there. You can give it a little jiggle to get the powder off. The next step is going to be our sheath. I like to just kind of give it a little unroll, make sure it's nice and straight. We're going to place right into the neck of the cone here, and we're just going to slide it all the way to the end. Slide our little balloon down without holding on to those sensors. I've got a hold of the little metal part right here. I'm not actually holding a sensor. Gotta wiggle it down in place there. Then we're gonna pull this part down tight. And once you've got it pulled tight, we've got a little band here. Gonna wrap it 1, 2 times around so it's nice and tight. And now we're going to tie our balloons on in those little areas where you felt that recess. If you need to fill them again, you can. Sometimes I like to fill for them and then mark them with a little Sharpie so that I know where I'm marking them. So I'm going to fill for the indent. There's the first one. And then fill for that second indent. There's the second one. I just like to have a visual because it's hard to see through the balloon. Alright, then I'm going to get 2 pieces of floss. I like to do them about, they're almost as long as my forearm here, just so I have enough room to work with. And I like to start on the bottom, it's your choice. But I'm going to find my black mark, and I'm going to also feel with my finger to make sure I'm on the indent. And I'm going to hold it right, not on a sensor, but right on that little gray part. Then I'm just going to wrap it around. I do 1, 2, 3 times. Then I'm going to tie it like a shoelace over and under. Pull tight. And then I'm going to do a little bow, just like a shoelace as well. That way it's easier for me to take it off in the end. So now I have one little bow. Now we're going to do the same thing on the top one. I feel where that area is. Again, I'm holding it right on that metal part. I'm not holding the sensor. And I'm going to wrap 1, 2, 3 times. And then over under like a shoelace. Pull tight. And then we're going to do a little bow again as well, just so it's easy to untie. Then you can use tweezers to pull the bow undone at the end, and you don't have to worry about it being so tight that you can't get it off, or having to use, we don't want any sharps or any scissors on it. So now I just want to test my balloon. So I've gone ahead and added a 3-way stopcock. I've got my 60cc syringe, and I'm going to inflate that balloon. Alright, so we are open to the patient, and let's fill that balloon. Perfect. So your balloon shouldn't lose any air as you're sitting here looking at it, and you should be able to squeeze it. Still maintains its pressure. If you're worried about leaks, you could put it in a cup of water, kind of press it down in the water to see if it works. Otherwise, our balloon's on tight, and we are ready to start our patient. I'm just going to remove that air though, because I don't want all that in there. Leave just a little bit in there, about a cc of air in there.
Okay.
And then that's it.